This video has been on the back of my mind for the longest time now, and it's probably going to be one of the most controversial videos I'll ever make on this channel. And it's a video that I've even debating about whether or not I should make it or not, but I've ultimately decided in the end I will make the video and, you know, clear up an put an old rivalry, if there ever was a rival bitterness between me and the YouTuber in question. um but yeah, I decided I will do that. I've decided I will go through with making this video, and then at one point when we do get an official response from the YouTuber in question, I will then delete this video. And this video is not about like me trying to cancel this YouTuber. I'm not in any way a part of cancel culture, and I do not support cancel culture. Um but I've decided I will make this video as so that he doesn't make the same mistake, so that both him and I don't make the same mistake as we used to, and we can, clear up, and I can, and we can go our separate ways, I guess. So, yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Now, the YouTuber in question is a music reviewing YouTuber by the name of ARTV, or John, or whatever you want to call him. Now, I'm going to go into, before I go into the actual incident, which is the result of all of this, I figured I'll go into a bit of a backstory as to how I found out about this channel, about his channel. So, it all started back in December of 2018 when I was going through a little point in my life where I was obsessed with looking up 30 Seconds to Mars on YouTube, not only to just listen to their music, but also to just, to just hear what people were saying about it, go on DeviantArt, see if there were any drawings of 30 Seconds to Mars, and, all that stuff, and, and I was just, I was trying to find 30 Seconds to Mars content that was new, and sure enough, I came across a video titled 6 Reasons Why People Hate 30 Seconds to Mars by a YouTuber, Mugo, who went under Beyond ARTV. Now, it was a very cool video, it was, it was very educational, and it was very intelligent and smart, which is the reason why I ended up becoming obsessed with the Hate It or Love It series, because, they were so educational, so interesting, and unique, and I still think they are. But yeah, like, it was so new. This YouTube channel was something so new and original. It was something I needed, and that's why I ended up subbing to not only Beyond ARTV, but also just ARTV in general, as well as his I guess now fiance's channel, Infinity on Hannah, as well as a few others. But yeah, after a while, and so thus throughout late 2018 to all of 2019 up until October, I was just in love with this guy's content. I loved every little thing he did. I participated in every little live stream he did. I just watched every single video because I thought he was the most smartest, intelligent guy I had ever seen in my life. And everything was going well up until the incident. So the incident happened around October 12th, 2019. It was around this time I was at the beach. I was on a little holiday. So I was at the beach. I was in my beach house. I was on YouTube when I was at my beach house while I was using my tablet that I brought from this house, and to go to the beach house. And as we're there, and as we're there, ARTV does a live stream. Now, I, of course, decided to watch the live stream. It had, it had John, Crash, Mark, and Hannah. Mark of Spectrum Pulse and Infinity on Hannah in it. And, it was just 4 people, all drinking, all answering stuff on the chat, and just talking about different stuff. What could go wrong? So, there we were, we were all, everyone was casually, on live stream going well, and I was trying to ask John if he had ever heard, if he preferred Paramore or 30 Seconds to Mars, because it was in that time period where I was comparing 30 Seconds to Mars to Paramore, and some people in the chat were answering Paramore, some people were answering 30 Seconds to Mars. And it was going well, and then later in the live stream, I was trying to ask John if he preferred Hybrid Theory or Take This to Your Grave, and it was going well. I mean, half of the stuff wasn't really interesting, but most of it was, and it was going well up until we got up to the Truth or Dare section. So there they were. They got up to the Truth or Dare section, and I decided to use this opportunity to tell a really funny joke that would make all four of them laugh and then carry on about their day. What was this joke I decided to use? It was a Truth or Dare section for Crash Thompson, by the way, aka the Rock Critic, in case you didn't know. So I decided I would tell him a joke, and that joke was Crash kiss Hannah. Yeah, I know what you're all thinking. So, yeah, I ended up typing that joke in multiple times so that they could notice, hopefully to make a good laugh out of them. And I was putting little XD emojis in to make it look like it was a joke. And let's just say John didn't take it well. Neither did any of the other guys as well. So yeah, John got really shocked at the joke and even actually looked like he was about to spit his own drink out. Hannah, of course, actually did laugh, which was my intention, John and guys. Mark, on the other hand, just looked so shocked at me, and Crash Thompson just said, "No, I don't want to be a homewrecker." That's what he said, and at the time when I saw this, I was completely shocked. I didn't know what to say or do, because I was just like, what? This is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted, So I then try to fix the situation by trying to call myself a sick bastard, to which John noticed, and he said, "I'm a sick bastard." That was John's reaction. And I tried to fix that spelling of bastard, and instead I spelt it out as just one word in the chat, which then resulted in John thinking I was calling him a bastard, even though I was calling myself a bastard, which resulted in him moving his mouse over the clicked on my comment, clicked hide user, and hid me from the chat. And in that moment, when that happened, I was so confused by what just happened, and I tried spelling out, "John, what did you do? John, what did you do?" And to no response. And so I got confused, and I decided I would leave the live stream, and so I left the live stream, and it wasn't until we were getting back home, because we were at the beach for the holiday, and it wasn't until we were going back to our car to get back to our little holiday home that I realized what I'd done, and I decided I would try and make an apology. So thus, I clicked on the notification to try and apologize on this live stream, which at that point had now been officially confirmed as unlisted, which is why I don't have any evidence of this live stream or the incident happening. But yeah, so yeah, I pulled out an entire apology. I was so legit sorry for what had happened, and I got no response. Nothing at all. You know why? Because by the time we had actually got home, I had no response from him, and he looked like he was just uploading videos as normal. This beyond broke my heart, because I saw this as him not bothering enough to care for the comment section. And I saw this as a rejection. This was before I realized this was my fault, and I saw this as him hating on me. So I decided I'd unsub from his channel, his second channel, and Infinity on Hannah's channel, and all the other guys' channels, because I didn't want to be subbed to people who were associated with that man. So yeah. So thus, starting from the rest of October or up until December, I just spent my time pretty much sat in just total sadness. You know why? Because I thought, John had, hated me. He didn't, trust me anymore. And for the longest time, I thought I'd screwed up, And so I just spent my time just in my bed crying because, of what John did. This was before I realized, again, I probably already said that to you, that this was before it was my fault. But anyway, yeah, I thought he had hated me, so thus I just spent my time in sadness, and I was pretty devastated, and I didn't bother going back to his channel. I only bothered to watch a few new videos, but the rest just felt, empty after that. And so I just decided I'd abandon his channel and just move on with my life. And that's what I did for a while. But then, in January, up until February, I just, that sadness that I had throughout those, 2.5 months then turned into, sort of an angry, bitter hatred. And I just sort of spent my time just living in anger and hatred during those periods of my life. This was at the start of the year, by the way. But yeah, and I was like, I want to get my revenge. I want to, go to, wherever he lives and try to hit him or assault him, But I realized that's not necessary and that's impossible to do. So what did I decide to do? I decided I would go on your newest video, which happened to be the 7 reasons why people hate Billie Eilish, and I decided I would put down the entire statement, the entire story of all the things that I just mentioned right then. I decided I'd put it all in an entire comment, and I posted it down, and I specifically called you. This was because I was angry at you and I guess even your friends. And I called you three, you, John, Crash, and Hannah. I called you 3 inconsiderate, money-driven fuckwits at the end of my sentence. And I said, I came here to say fuck you to all 3 of you for being inconsiderate, money-driven fuckwits. And that I would not be responding to any comments I'd be getting. I posted that entire statement down. I waited for a response, and I didn't get a response. Instead, we got a video titled "The Most Offensive Thing You Could Ever Say to a Music Fan/Critic." And I know that video wasn't aimed at me, but it kind of felt like it was aimed at me. This is not a joke. I legit felt like I was being targeted. So I decided I would watch that video and I would record the parts of the video where I felt like I was being targeted by John. And I'm gonna show you the clips right now, and I'll just yeah, I'll show you the clips right now. But I can't help but feel like slightly targeted, guys. So yeah, here are the 2 clips that I have got that I feel like I'm being targeted by. I'll play them for you right now.
The most offensive thing that you could say to me, it's that my opinion is for sale, that I can be bought off, that I can be paid under the table from a label, an executive, a band, or whatever else to give a positive review, or even, I guess I have been accused a few times of being paid to give a negative review to something like, oh, you're just shitting on this album because you were paid off to do it. You don't really hate Five Finger Death Punch. Well, I do have news for you, unfortunately, in some cases. It is the music that does them in. It's not money on the table. It's the most offensive thing.
So, here's the second clip where I feel like I'm being mostly targeted. So, here it is.
It seems like it's an easy concept for me to wrap my head around, but for some people, they just think, oh, well, this doesn't make any sense at all. There must be some sort of cash arrangement where he's getting paid to love the Green Day album, or this other album that he got in advance. I got Soccer Mommy's album. I got the Grey Days album, the Chester Bennington Project. I got that 3 months in advance. It doesn't come out till April, and I've had it since January. These things are actually pretty common occurrences for me. And the reason why I find it so insulting to say to me that my opinion is for sale, that I could be bought off, is because I genuinely work really hard to formulate my opinions, listen to records enough times, a decent amount of times, at least 3 times at minimum, to form an opinion, to put it out in the world to work on a review, whether that be a rapid review, 60 seconds, or a full album review, maybe coverage in some sort of roundup show. I always put thought, probably a little bit too much thought into these things. And to say that I'm being paid for it, or, oh, well, you only gave it a positive review because you don't want to stop getting those out.
I won't play the entire clip, but yeah, those are the clips where I feel like I was being targeted at. And John, the way that you have addressed my situation was very sentimental, and it was very disappointing to see that. Oh well, if you're saying that you're an inconsiderate, money driven fuckwit, your opinion must be like for sale or something. I don't know. I just like, even while I was showing you the clips, I feel like now they're not being aimed at me. Like, I'm still not sure if they were aimed at me, but it still felt like they were aimed at me because I said that, oh, you're a money driven fuckwit, John, and of course he, you know, and he's probably seeing that as me, as his opinion being like somehow valuable or something. I don't know, but still, John, the fact, if this is the case, then that just means that you didn't even bother to read the rest of my comments, and you only just read, you probably did read the comment, but you didn't care about it, and you only cared about the inconsiderate, money driven fuckwit part. But still, well, like it's either A, you didn't even see my comment, or B, you did see my comment but didn't even bother to talk about it, which are both shitty things to do, because it's obvious, it makes it pretty obvious that you obviously don't care about your comment section, which is ironic considering there's loads of comments that have been hearted by you. So why can't you just read my comments and be you know, like, just read it for a bit and maybe process what you've done to me. Again, I'm not sure if this was aimed at me, but still, it kind of felt like it was. So yeah, after that, I was obviously disappointed, and I just decided I'd move on from him, and I would never, talk about him or hear about him again. That wasn't until around August, around August this year, that I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a video stating what's been on my mind, and and yeah, that's what happened. I told my family about it, and they say that it's a misunderstanding, and they're right. At the end of the day, I realized that this was all just a big misunderstanding that led to this video. But yeah, John, overall, what I'm trying to say is I'm really disappointed in how you act towards jokes. Like, I was only just joking, and this doesn't apply to you. This applies to Spectrum Pulse as well. And this I don't know if this could apply to Crash Thompson, because I don't know if he was being sarcastic or if he was being serious. Crash, if you were being sarcastic, then I'll give you a pass. If you weren't sarcastic and you were being serious about what you said, then it's pretty safe to say that you have been whooshed. And it's not just you who's been whooshed. Also, John and Mark have been whooshed. But yeah, John, I'm sorry for making that joke. I understand that it's my fault now, because had I not made that joke, I wouldn't have screwed up, and but it's also somewhat your fault, because you shouldn't take jokes like this seriously. I was just purely joking. Like, I had little XD faces on and everything to make it obvious that I thought it would be obvious that I was joking, but I guess it wasn't to you. I don't know. I just want to say I'm sorry, and I hope we can make an agreement. So yeah, that's all I have to pretty much say on this incident that has now been going on for about a year now. Hopefully this video resolves it. If it doesn't, I'll be taking it down anyway. So yeah, that's all I have pretty much to say. Bye now.